All right, hey Vikings fans, welcome into another episode of the Skol Hop. I'm Evan.
I'm Austin.
We're just a couple of dudes from Iowa. We like drinking beer, talking about the Vikings.
Yeah, we do, and we got friend of the show Forrest here, so welcome in, Forrest.
Thank you.
On this episode, we did start off a little bit talking about some of the NFL news, because that's what we talk about, is the Vikings and the NFL.
And we made a few breweries. My count, I think 10 actually.
Yep.
10 breweries, that's a lot in 2 days. We had a lot of fun. We drank a lot of great beer. We had a lot of great conversations with people across our great state of Iowa. Wherever you are, grab a cold one and join us. Skol.
Skol.
All right, hey guys, we just want to take just a quick second to thank our sponsor for today's episode, and actually the primary donor, we would say, for this road trip that we're on, Big Top Ventures. If you're looking to take an all-inclusive trip to either Mexico or Jamaica, give them an email at bigtopventuresllc.com, or no, bigtopventuresllc@gmail.com.
There it is.
That's what it is. bigtopventuresllc@gmail. Send them an email. Let them know when you're looking to take a trip, and they'll hook you up with the best possible rate to an all-inclusive resort in Mexico or Jamaica. So thanks, Big Top, for sponsoring this episode.
Yeah, thanks, Big Top.
And Big Top, if you don't have a website yet, there's your hint to get a website. bigtopventuresllc.com. Anyways,
At gmail.com.
at gmail.com. Anyways, we are on the road right now. We are not in the Skullman Center. Actually, we're in my car, but Austin's driving, so that's a little weird. I've never sat in the back seat of my car before, but here we are, and we're recording a podcast on the road. We did this last year. We're on the Brew Hop. This is Brew Hop 2.0. Last year we went kind of from the Quad Cities down I-80 to the Des Moines area and back. This year we're taking a little different route. We're going to go up north, and we're going to hit some spots up in northeast Iowa. So we'll get to those in a little bit, but we've got some road time now. So we're just going to chat, hang out, and talk about stuff. We got a friend of the show, Forrest, here.
Yeah, we do.
Hanging out with us. So an awesome addition to our Brew Hop trip here.
Appreciate that.
And yeah.
We appreciate you, Forrest.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on the Brew Hop.
Hey.
It only enhances our whole experience. So yeah, thank you for giving
You
us
had
the
me
time.
at beer.
That's true. We didn't have to twist your arm too much to join us here. Evan, I think we hit a record. That was probably the most uninterrupted you've ever talked on the podcast ever before, and it was awesome.
Yeah, sorry. That was a little lengthy. That was my fault.
No, it was great. I like hearing your voice.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it.
But yes, I am driving. I don't think I've ever driven your car before. This is really nice. I like it.
Yeah, I like my car. It does pretty well.
It gets us where we need to go.
So far it has, yeah. So keep going.
So let's talk football for a little bit. We're going to be talking a lot about beer in the rest of this episode, but we're not just about beer. We love beer. We love Iowa beer, but we also like football. And of course, we know at this point, hopefully, if you've been watching our show, that we're pretty avid Vikings fans. Forrest over here is the Bears fan and Michigan Wolverines fan. So we'll work that in as we can. But
Yeah.
It's going to be mostly Vikings. Sorry,
Yeah,
Forrest.
I mean, forgive me. Grew up being a Bears fan, but I think we can correlate some Michigan Wolverines into your Vikings team. Specifically,
Yeah, so there is one piece of news that came out today. I'm not sure when the episode's going to come out, but today it was announced former Michigan Wolverine, current Viking, signed an extension. Josh Metellus got, 3 years, $30-something million extension.
Didn't you say it was like up to $42 million or something?
Yeah, like a max of like 42 and something like 25 million guaranteed. Either way, another good extension for a really nice piece of the Flores defense. Metellus has been a very important player on the team for the last few years, and it's really been fun to watch him flourish. And I couldn't be more excited that he signed an extension. He's with the team again.
Yeah, he's a super valuable asset on the defensive side of the ball, and not just because he's got good dance moves, but he is, and we've talked about this, I feel like, a lot since we started our podcast. He is kind of the Swiss Army knife of the defense, right? Like
Absolutely.
I think at one point a couple seasons ago, the Fox broadcast crew put together a list of all the different positions he's lined up at in a game, and it was lengthy. He's played pretty much every position on the defensive side of the ball. And he's a safety by trade, but he's just so versatile, and he brings the energy on that defense.
Yeah.
And I think the dance moves are a part of that too. Like, I think it's a good thing that he does that, and I think the other guys feed off of that. And when they get the momentum going, he forces a turnover or makes a big tackle or makes a big sack or whatever. That just gets everybody else going. So, but you were talking, Forrest. He hasn't always been as good as he is now.
Yeah, I first of all, I mean, kudos. I mean, he's made a name for himself, specifically with the Vikings. Well known around the league, though, I'd say. Being Michigan, obviously, he had some great talents coming out of high school. I would say he was always good at Michigan, and he actually just played linebacker at Michigan. So
wow.
I don't recall him ever playing the safety position in college. Maybe he did, but he was mainly a linebacker there. He was always good, but never someone I would have thought to be as good as he ended up with the Vikings at this stage in his career. So
Yeah, I'm thankful he's on the team, and he's a captain and a pivotal part of the defense, and sometimes everywhere on the defense. He kind of reminds me of like a modern day Troy Polamalu in that he's just lining up everywhere, and that's nice to have right now when Harrison Smith, he's on the team still, but this might be the last year that we have Harrison Smith.
Yeah, his days are numbered for
So
sure.
yeah, but to know that Metellus is going to be on the team for the next at least 3 years, that's nice to know because he's a good football player, and it's good to have those good football players on your football team. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure. He also kind of creates some content like we're doing. He's got his own little Tell Us with Metellus little bit that he puts out on social media for the Vikings. So he goes around kind of like man on the street style and just asks his teammates in the locker room different goofy questions. And didn't they start that like probably 10 years ago with Brian Robinson?
Yeah, it was like 96 questions with Brian Robinson.
Yeah.
So it was same kind of concept.
Same concept, but
doing the quick interview spots with his teammates in the locker room, and yeah, they're always fun and lighthearted and really entertaining to watch. I like it.
Yeah. He's an overall just quality guy, quality player. And I'm excited. I think he's the type of guy that once he gets paid, he's not the one that's just going to sit back and rest on his laurels. He's going to come out and show out. He's going to prove that he's worth the $10-11 million a year that they're now paying him.
I do think it's kind of funny that training camp just started in the last few days, and he's been with the team. He's doing things very, above the board. Like he's being a very good teammate about this, while still probably advocating for a contract that he rightfully got today. But he's kind of been out of practice a little bit due to what the team was calling like an ankle soreness or something. And I think it's funny that, and I think it'll be interesting to see how his ankle is doing now that contract is signed. Because if you remember, what was it, a year or two ago, T.J. Hawkinson was heading into the last year of his deal. And, darn it, he was at camp, but he had some, back soreness, and they're kind of holding him out of practice a little bit. And then he signed that contract extension, and you know what? That back soreness went away real quick. So I think Metellus's foot issue is going to go away real quick.
Every player has their way to deal with soreness. And, And hey, if it gets him where he needed to be, so be it.
And maybe not just physical soreness, but soreness towards the organization about not paying them what they feel like they're worth.
Well, I think you said it right. I mean, how often do you see him just do all the different positions on your team on that defense? He's usually, healthy. I mean, I don't recall a time where he's been injured for long periods of time. So he's dependable in that aspect, and yeah, I think he's just goes about his business. I don't think he tried to put this, out in the forefront like some players do. Of hey, you better give me more money, or I'm looking for a trade. I think he handled it professionally.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's a testament, obviously, to him, but also I think that's a testament to the Vikings, because I'm sitting here trying to think, when's the last time the Vikings had like a public contract dispute or long-standing situation where a player wants a new contract and it came out into the public and into the media that the Vikings had an issue with a player, or a player had an issue with the Vikings. I feel like since Kwesi has been there, and I mean, Rick Spielman did a good job for the most part too, but definitely since Kwesi has been with a team, they've been really good about keeping business behind closed doors and every player saying the right thing. Think about all the players that have signed. I mean, Metellus most recently, Christian Darrisaw got a massive deal, TJ Hawkinson got a massive deal, Justin Jefferson got a massive deal. A lot of these big, difficult contracts to sign
Did you mention Darrisaw?
Yeah, Darrisaw.
Did you? Okay.
I think I did. But yeah, a lot of these things have gotten done behind closed doors. Not to say every conversation with all of those contracts were nice and easy and pleasant and fun, but if they weren't fun and pleasant, none of that got out in the public. So kudos to the Vikings and the players and the kinds of players that they put on their team for all of that business to get done nice and clean, and we don't have to sit here and be like, oh, I hate Metellus because he's a jerk because all he cares about is money. That's not the case, and that hasn't been the case for any player.
And I think that, too, just bodes really well for the team going into the season, because then they know, like, the group of guys, those 53 guys that they're going to have in the locker room, they're committed, they're bought in, they're not these, prima donnas who are just there for the money. They're going to go out and play. They're going to go play ball really hard, and they're going to hit people. They're going to, try to do everything that they possibly can to win games for this team, and that's what you want. And I feel like the Vikings, I've said this probably the past couple of weeks now on our podcast, the Vikings have good reason to be optimistic right now heading into the season. Most teams are optimistic at this point, but I think the Vikings have really good reason to be optimistic. There's no shallowness there. There's a lot of depth, and I'm excited to see how that plays out. Yeah. So
I think the whole being good in business idea just bodes well for the organization as well when it comes to free agents and current players that are looking to re-sign with the team. I feel like their agents, if they know, hey, the Vikings are good to work with, they take care of players, fair compensation, like it's got to be getting around the league that, hey, if you go to Minnesota, like they're good on business, you're going to get paid fairly, and they take care of you. Whereas you get teams right now like the Bengals, who I feel like currently have a bad rap, where it seems like they don't want to pay their players. Not that you have to give everybody the most max deal ever just because they're an NFL player, but I feel like, I don't know, if you were a free agent and the Bengals and their current reputation gave you a call, you might be like, no, you're tough to deal with, and it's hard to, pay the people that you should pay, Whereas if you get a call from the Vikings, you might think, hey, that seems like a good organization to be at. They're going to take care of me. So I feel like that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, I think it's probably both ways. I mean, depending on what players your team, your organization has, I think some players are just going to make a big stink of things and draw it out into the public eye. But like you said, I'd agree with you. Kudos to both the players and the Vikings front office for handling it professionally, and it speaks volumes to that.
So I think we should transition to another talking point that we actually talked about a little earlier while we were driving, because I think we can kind of tie that into what we're already talking about. But so we were talking a little bit ago, just kind of off the record, off air, about college and the NIL and how that's really having a pretty profound impact on college sports.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that we're headed towards days where these big name college football or college basketball schools will have like a GM that comes in and helps to manage contracts for these kids that are coming to their schools to play.
Well, I think a general manager position is something that already exists with a lot of colleges.
Really?
And it's not even the same as like the athletic director. Like I think these huge, multi or billion-dollar corporations that some of these college programs are, they do have a general manager. I feel like I've just recently heard about USC hiring a new general manager. So that is something that's already happening.
And are they like responsible for negotiating all of the
That I don't know.
money
I
and
don't, I
stuff?
don't, I don't know if it's come to that yet, but they're dealing with it from a personnel perspective, making
Mhm.
sure the university, the fund that they're setting up is well funded. They're out there basically trying to get more people, more companies, whether it's an alumni or anything else, endorsements, getting to fund into their university now. Obviously, with NCAA, there and these lawsuits that have come. There's still a lot of gray area, but I know there's been some verdicts lately with how teams, how much they can use per year to help compensate these players, and it's up to the university's discretion of how they diversify those funds, and I think that's what some of that general manager
Yeah.
does as well.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
interesting.
and it's important. It's funny that you're talking about essentially a salary cap for college teams, but it's also important to remember. I'm pretty sure even with NIL, the colleges themselves are not paying these players.
No, they set up, and it's literally
It's like a collective.
It's a collective of, so basically it's its own endowment fund, or however what terminology you want to use, and they basically it's one bucket. And some universities actually, I think they have multiple different buckets, but either way, that's where it comes from. I think it's illegal for the university to actually pay
Yeah.
their student athletes.
Mhm. Yeah, it's now legal for these quote unquote amateur athletes to get paid for their name, image, and likeness, but that payment still does not come directly from the university.
It's like boosters and
Well,
whatnot.
boosters, and then they're able to sign like endorsement deals and things like that. I think Caitlin Clark makes way more from endorsement deals than she ever
absolutely.
made from the University of Iowa.
Some of these kids coming out of high school, I mean, you hope they'll make it, but this might be the most amount of money they'll ever see if they don't crack, say, the NFL or NBA or whatever major sport league that they're trying to get into. So it's you can't blame a kid. It from my perspective, there needs to be a lot of tweaking and guidelines around the NIL. But at the same time, you can't blame a kid for coming, from probably a low income situation where now they're finally getting millions of dollars. Of course, they're going to be excited about that, but also they know that they may make more money in college than in the pros if they can't hack it. So
That's a good
it
point.
encourages these kids to actually stay around for college more than that 2-3 years. I think in basketball you only have to stay 1 year, so that's kind of exciting to see as well.
Yeah. So Evan, you said something earlier before we were recording, and I think it was a bold statement. You said that you think NIL is killing college football. Is that right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, and I stand by it. And I think, when people talk about college sports, the general public, anyways, they're thinking about the big money makers like football, basketball, maybe some of the other ones like I know the College World Series is a big money maker, both baseball, softball, and then you've got volleyball that I think has definitely made its way onto the scene a little bit, and they've televised some national games. Um, but people don't think about sports like track and field, which is my sport. I ran track in high school. I coach track now. Um, and I can see how a system like this will tank, especially the Division One programs like that, because all of the money will go to these football players, basketball players, baseball players, volleyball players, whatever, and no one will want to go to the University of Iowa or the University of Minnesota or the University of Michigan, or name your D1 Power 4 conference school of choice to run track or to play tennis or to do gymnastics, or fill in the blank with your obscure sport, right? So that's kind of how I can foresee in probably the next 5 to 10 years, all this NIL stuff can have a pretty negative impact on sports.
I think it can, but I think ultimately it's going to be college sports has not been amateur athletics for decades now. I think it's more about the business and where the money is. And while it might be sad that track and field might not be as big as it has been in previous years, I mean, if you're getting 70,000 people to go watch a football game, that's where the money is. If you're getting, I don't know, what's the biggest collegiate track and field event, and how many people are at that event? Is it even as big as a regular season, no meaningful football game for a random football team in college? Like, the money will dictate what is available, and if track and field or some of those lesser revenue generating sports kind of dwindle, they'll never completely go away, but kind of dwindle. I mean, that's just going to be the nature of college sports.
I fear some of them could completely go away, at least at the D1 level. And I mentioned this when we were talking a little bit ago too, before we were recording, that I could see a surge in D2, D3, NAIA schools. Seeing those programs get more numbers, and get more kids out and get some higher talent, because those kids won't go to a D1 school because they know they won't make it, because there won't be walk-ons and there won't be this and that anymore because it's so money driven. But you go to those other schools, those smaller schools, and you won't get an athletic scholarship because they can't offer athletic scholarships, but you could get an academic scholarship and then play the sport that you love for the enjoyment of the sport.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely understand where you come from, Evan. I think, but I mean, these sports that just don't draw as obviously crowds, attendance. They've always been kind of that way, because now we're talking about money and paying athletes. Yes, it brings another tier, another, I'd say, complication to that. So yes, I think it may help those smaller schools, but let's be honest, these bigger schools, there's still some prestige in saying that you went to the University of Iowa, University of Michigan, stuff like that. So you're going to still get those top tier athletes running track for those universities as well. And if they make it, obviously their big agendas, I would say, the Olympics and the World Games and stuff that is their Super Bowl type thing. And when you're running those types of sports or doing those types of sports, so yes, I think it does change the dynamic a little bit, but they've always been just a little more in the shadows of, say, the footballs and basketballs.
Yeah. This kind of makes me think of like college hockey. Not many colleges have a hockey program, but the colleges that do, hockey is huge. Like, there are whole schools that are built on their hockey program, But, I mean, even schools like Iowa and USC, like, they don't have a hockey program. Whereas you have Michigan, who has a pretty beefy hockey program. I don't know how good
here's a crazy fact. Iowa does not have a hockey program, but Arizona State has a hockey program.
That is crazy.
They actually are part of, I think, the Big Ten, because obviously out there, I don't think they have too many hockey programs out west. So
that's funny.
Just a fun fact.
But I think maybe you'll start seeing that a little bit more, where it may not be feasible for a school to continue on with, track and field. I hate that I keep throwing out track and field as like a lower revenue generating, but that's just the first one that comes to mind.
And it is.
But yeah, maybe you won't see every school continue with a track and field program. But like you said, Evan, and maybe I'm just reiterating what you said a few minutes ago, there will always be some schools that have it, and then you'll get to know, like, okay,
well,
that is
where
I
will
going.
Also say, was it Title IX? You have to have, the same amount of boys sports and girls sports type thing. And I know it gets a little convoluted right now with all our political scene, but right now that still stands. So I think you're going to still see those sports like track and field stick around because they need to balance out from an equal, fair perspective.
Well, and I think the days may be coming where athletics are not specifically tied to the academic institution of a college. You may still see a University of Michigan sponsor a Wolverines football team, but it may not be, it might be some point in our lifetime where you could be the star quarterback for the Michigan Wolverines and never take a class there. You just are contracted by the University of Michigan to play for the team that they sponsor. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Mhm.
so
Not that I'm saying I want
you're
that.
almost going back to the old days of how the NFL started,
Exactly.
where basically it were big companies that they basically had their employees come on board just because they were good at football,
Yeah.
and that was their whole objective. Yes, they still were employed and worked, but that was their whole objective was to get the best football players coming out of college because pro football didn't exist back then, and that's how it originated.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that's good or right or even that it will happen, but I think it's something that could happen sometime in our lifetime. And I mean, let's just call college sports what they are. For the most part, they are multi-billion-dollar businesses. Now, then you look at the lower revenue generating sports for these schools that they do just offer, full ride scholarships for these athletes, but it's not a multi-billion-dollar business. That's where I think college sports will find itself. But then you get these football programs that do generate millions and millions of dollars.
Well,
Those might separate themselves from the academics of a school.
well, I'll let Evan. I'll actually pose the question because I think all three of us came from, I'd say, smaller schools. Not small. They were all in D1, but me, Missouri State, you guys from Northern Iowa, and so obviously they're never going to compete with the big boys and money grab and everything. So how do you see that, Evan, playing out?
Well, and I'm a huge UNI basketball fan. I've said that on our show multiple times. I had season tickets to UNI basketball before I moved back to the Quad Cities, and I've even already seen the negative impacts of NIL on my favorite college basketball team. There have been several players, really, really good players who I thought were kind of like what we were talking about with Josh Metellus a little bit ago, just like bought in, committed, loved the team, loved the culture, loved the school. They were Iowa kids who, wanted to play their basketball here, in Iowa. They didn't want to go to Texas. They didn't want to go to Florida. They didn't want to go to wherever else they got offers. They wanted to play here. And they walked away because they got more money elsewhere. There was a kid just this last season. Granted, he stayed in the state of Iowa, but he left UNI to go play for Iowa State. More money, better opportunity, and he got some playing time, but he would have been a starter at UNI, and he came off the bench, I think, pretty much exclusively, and he came off the bench a lot. He was one of the first guys off the bench. But it's just stuff like that, like, especially for small schools like ours, it's going to impact them more than it's going to impact Iowa, Michigan,
I
Minnesota.
totally agree. You already see it before you even added NIL with just the transfer portal. You saw it. Now you're adding, come to my place because you're going to make more money. It just adds another layer to that. So I know for sure, Iowa's starting quarterback, supposedly starting quarterback this fall is from South Dakota State.
Yeah.
And big football school for sure in that old FCS type division. But still, you start to see how it starts to play out.
Yeah. I find it interesting, the whole NIL thing. I've been saying for many, many, many years that I think these college players should be fairly compensated, whether that's a multi-million-dollar contract or it's just getting the kickback from the jerseys that they sell. So I'm one of the few that think NIL is awesome and I'm here for it, but it also helps that while yes, I am an Iowa Hawkeyes fan, them losing a football game doesn't hurt my feelings at all. I'm not that bought in as a fan. That's the college team I would root for. So it It'd be different if it was something this big affecting the Vikings or NFL. Then maybe I'd be a little bit more upset about it. But I think the idea of players being fairly compensated for their name, image, and likeness is awesome.
Oh,
I think you guys.
I totally agree with you, and I'll let Evan kind of close it out. But I personally think it's a great thing. These kids have put their bodies on the line, and people actually pay to watch these kids play.
Mm-hmm.
So why are they not getting compensated for it? So I totally agree with that idea. It should have happened a long time ago. It finally is starting to develop. The problem is the NCAA dragged their feet for so long that there's no guardrails or guidelines around it. So it's complete chaos still. And that's why you're having all these lawsuits and people trying to figure out what's legal, what's illegal. And if you want to talk about level playing field, it will never happen because of how the NCAA decided to handle this situation.
Yeah, and I think to kind of close it out, that's another big thing that I'm concerned about is just people will go where the money is. The kids, the families, the parents that are sending their kids to these schools, they're going to go where the money is. And again, I think that's going to leave some of these schools high and dry. People aren't going to want to go to, I don't know, Purdue to play football because they're not good ever, right?
They have their moments.
I think they're like in the preseason poll, they're ranked last in the Big Ten right now, which, I mean, the Big Ten is a pretty big league, so there's a lot of competition there.
Yeah, how many is the Big
like
Ten now?
18.
18, yeah.
Big Ten
double
plus
coast,
8.
Coast to coast.
Anyways, and I don't disagree with you guys at all about if you're going to sell jerseys with these kids' names on it, they should get a cut of that. If you're going to put their image and likeness in a video game, they should get royalties from that. If you're going to advertise with them, if you're going to, have them, be a sponsor for Gatorade, and they're going to be in a Gatorade commercial or on a Gatorade poster or whatever, they should get royalties from that for sure.
Ticket prices. I think the second they step on your field or court or in your school, they are advertising for you as the school.
I just want to interrupt with that idea. There was just recently, it was the previous Terrell Pryor from Ohio State QB went tried to battle in court to get some of those funds, some monies, and the court said no, it's past the time. So basically, they're using that kind of statute of limitations type idea. So it really stinks for those players that have been and did not get any compensation. But where do you draw the line at?
Exactly.
So
well, but I guess to maybe counter the points that you guys are making, like, okay, if they're not being paid by the school, then how is the school paying them through ticket sales? Like, it doesn't work that way. Like, there has to be, and I guess maybe to your point, Forrest, that's where this, like, big chaotic mess that the NCAA now has on its hands is going to only get messier from now on. Who can write the checks to the kids and who can't? And how much do you give to the star quarterback of the football team versus the starting point guard of the women's basketball team, right? And, there's going to be all of these things, and then the Terrell Pryor stuff too. Like, do we, reverse course and give money to these guys that did a lot for us 10 years ago, 15 years ago? Statute of limitations would probably say, no, that's not doable. Another thing I would mention too is if the universities are somehow, maybe not directly, but indirectly giving ticket sale revenue and gift shop revenue and concessions revenue to these athletes, well, what's going to happen to these facilities? That's where a lot of the money, I mean, the boosters
the same
kick
thing
in,
that happens to NFL and NBA facilities.
which is
the owners pay for it. The money's there. I'm not saying all $5 from a hot dog should go to the football player, but a percentage should.
But,
you know what
but
I mean?
I don't know, now that you're paying some of these kids millions of dollars each, I don't know if all of that money is still going to be there. That's my concern too. And like a school like ours, like you and I, or Iowa State, we were talking about them a little bit ago. Their athletics department is in financial trouble. And I don't know how that happened or what's behind all of that. I don't know if there's just mismanagement in the athletic department, or if it is an NIL issue and they're having to pay players, but now they're running out of money. I know they've also got some pretty big like capital campaign projects that they're trying to do to kind of build out some of their basketball, football area. They're trying to make it more of an entertainment district, but I don't know. I think we're in for some really interesting years in college sports
absolutely.
moving forward.
The next probably 3 to 5 years, I'd say, are going to be pivotal.
So I'm hopeful that it doesn't erode the foundation that the NCAA has, even with some of the other sports, because I love watching sports. The national championships for track and field are one of my favorite events to watch on TV, because it's like 3 or 4 nights early on in the summer, and you can watch any event. If you want to watch sprints, you want to watch the throwing events, the jumping events, the long distance events, you can catch whatever you want, and there's always something new on. Kind of every 10-15 minutes there's a new event. So I hope that doesn't go away because of NIL, and I hope that like even those college track stars and volleyball players and water polo players, rugby players, like you know all those other sports, I hope they get paid too, because they are generating some sort of revenue. So.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, as long as there's fair compensation for everyone involved, that's the goal, right? That's how it should be. You do work, you should get compensated for it.
Well, we're doing work right now.
Yeah, we are.
We're eating up some miles on the road. We're getting closer to a brewery here, and you guys, as you watch the rest of this episode, we're going to take you into a lot of different Iowa breweries, and we're really excited for you guys to see them all, see the beer that we try, and you're just kind of along for the ride. So if you're not watching us at this point, if you've just been listening, you might want to switch to YouTube or Spotify video podcasts, so you can kind of get the full experience. Again, bringing you into these different breweries, pouring up beers, trying them, giving our reviews right there. And just having a good time.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for it. You guys have any final thoughts?
That's all I got. Just can't wait to try some great Iowa brewed beers.
Yeah, I was going to say, good day so far, but more to come.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you in the breweries.
Skol.
Skol.
Hail.
All right, guys. We are at our first stop on Brew Hop. Number 2.
Yeah,
it's our
2.0.
second time. We've got friend of the show, Forrest, with us coming along this year. And we're at, I think, probably our, like, what I would consider our hometown brewery. This is like, we've had countless Skol Hop meetings right here, maybe at this very table.
You could even say this is the birthplace of the Skol Hop.
I think you might be right.
Yeah,
I think you might be right. So this is 5 Cities Brewing. We're in Bendorf, Iowa, just a stone's throw from our houses. Great spot. And we've got some good beer to try. So Forrest, why don't you tell us what you're drinking, and we'll go around this way.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am trying the Brown, which obviously is a brown ale. So I never had it before, so I'm pretty excited.
It looks pretty good. Nice dark.
I want to know if it's similar to the brown ale that we brewed.
Oh, yeah.
For the Skol Hop.
Yeah.
I got what I always get. This is the Crushin' on Amber. So that's just kind of my wheelhouse beer, and I've had dozens of these in my time. So
the Crushin' on Amber, that's the one that we tried at the Iowa Podcast Awards.
I think you're right.
Yeah, actually 5 Cities provided that for us last year. So
it's one of their flagships. It's a good one.
It's a really good beer.
And I got another one of their flagships, the Swifty Hippie. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Swifty Hippie. It's an IPA, nice hazy IPA. Again, like you on the Amber, I've had dozens of these, so I know it's a good one. I can't wait to dive in.
All right. Well, now you know what we're drinking. Let's skol it up. Skol.
Hail.
Oh, man.
Just like it always is, but I want to know how yours is, because that's new.
Everyone's got it is a good brown.
All right, we'll try it around. Yeah, we can do this too. We're all friends here. For me,
alcohol is self-sterilizing.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's really good.
The Swifty Hippie for me,
but it's got a nice nutty flavor to it.
Well done, 5 Cities.
Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna have to get one of those.
Ooh, yeah.
It's rich too.
Yeah,
that's
even
nice
flavor.
Nice malt background of that.
Am I getting a little coffee too? Maybe.
Yeah, I think you are.
So that's good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to finish these, and then we're going to hit the road, and we're going to be checking out quite a few breweries on kind of this northeastern side of Iowa.
Yeah. Can't wait.
All right. Until the next one.
Skol.
Skol.
Yeah.
All right, here we are at Great Revivalist Brewing in Clinton, Iowa. It's our second stop on the Skol Hop Brew Hop 2.0. And we haven't dived into these beers yet, but these are all beers we've had before, right?
I have not had mine.
I haven't had mine.
Okay.
So
All right, well, I'll go first since I've already had it, and then we can go on to the new ones. I'm trying the Cloud Trippin'. We've had that definitely on the show.
Yeah,
I've
we've
had
had
it
it on
many
the
a
show.
time
Yep.
off the show. It's really good. Great Revivalist. Everything they put out, I've really enjoyed. So, Forrest, what do you got today?
Yeah, I was told to try their new release of the Berry Garcia.
Ooh.
So it's an American wheat ale with blackberry, blueberry, raspberry, and strawberry.
all the
Nice.
berries. All the berries. So I ended up going with the Parish IPA, which I think is kind of like their, I think it's their session IPA because it's a slower ABV, but also a play on the churchy vibes because this
Yeah.
is a church
Yeah,
and you
this
don't get to see
beautiful like scene here.
Yeah,
at this
if you're
brewery.
watching us, you'll see maybe like the stained glass in the background, but
Yeah.
it's legitimately an old church and it's super cool.
Yeah. And this place, super cool, super awesome. The food is delicious. The beers are awesome. And it is Saturday afternoon, and it is hopping here.
It's
I
busy.
hope we're not bothering anybody. We might get some weird looks here for the camera and the mics, but it is super busy here, and it's awesome. And
Yeah.
I can't wait to try these beers.
Let's scroll these up and try them out.
Skol.
Skol.
Hail.
Mine's really good. I like it.
Yeah. The Cloud Trippin' Hazy IPA, I think it's like 7.3%. I've had it 1,000 times before. It's delicious. I'll have it 1,000 times again.
Yeah,
How's that, Barry?
I do. I like it. It's. I mean, if you like a fruit beer, it's not sour. It's a wheat ale, but it's good. Definitely quenches the thirst for a hot summer day.
There you
yeah.
go. Yeah, and mine's just like what you would expect out of a session IPA. It's easy drinking. You could probably have quite a few and not really feel the effects of it.
Do we know? Did
good.
you say the content for the berry?
I think it's like 5.5.
Okay, and then the session.
4.8.
Okay, yeah, that 4.8. You're throwing a few back if you want
Yeah.
to. So
Yeah, it's good
yeah,
stuff.
all great beers. I really like it. We might sneak in another beer here
Great
before we leave.
Revivalist. Just so you know, like I think they started in Geneseo, Illinois, and I think they saw the opportunity here in Clinton, Iowa, and so transformed this beautiful church into something even well. So it's already amazing being a church, but
Yeah.
making redo of something so cool as this.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Well, we're going to enjoy some beers. We're going to enjoy some food, and then we'll catch you at the next one.
Yeah, do we know what's next yet?
I think we're going to go to River Ridge Brewing, Bellevue, Iowa.
Yeah.
Austin and I have been there before.
I have not been there.
But, yeah, I'm excited for that one, too.
Yeah, can't
So,
wait.
All right.
Skol.
Skol.
All right, Skol Hop fans, we are now here at River Ridge Brewing in Bellevue, Iowa.
I
We
love
are.
it. Yeah.
And we've been here before.
Yeah, back in January.
So we're outside right now. So obviously we weren't sitting outside in January. It's pretty busy inside. Otherwise we would have brought you inside. But it's nice out here.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
So-
beautiful.
And the view
Yeah.
right on the river.
Mississippi River right here. It's pretty great.
Yeah. What else is pretty great is these wonderful beers that we have in front of us.
Mhm.
I got the Hop Secret. It's a hazy IPA, if you can't tell from there. Nice light color. I've had many of these before. That was my drink of choice at the podcast event that we had in January. What'd you get at?
I got the Friends Cream Ale, and I'm pretty sure I had at least one of these when we were here for the podcast event too. It's really good.
So I have not been to this brewery or tried any of their beers, so I'm really excited. I got the Alchemy. It's a Belgian Saison. It's a special release, so
There you
Okay.
go. These two beers look really
look very
similar.
similar,
Yours
yeah.
is hazier by just a touch, but
but definitely total different flavor profile.
Yeah. Also interesting, this is one of the rare times we're at a brewery that I've been to before that you have never been to.
That is so true. So true.
Well, I'm excited to get these tried up. Anything else before we skull it up?
No, let's do
All
it.
right.
Skol.
Skol.
Hail.
Yeah, super good.
Yes. I always love a good hazy IPA. I think I'm 3 for 3 on hazy IPAs on the Brew Hop so far.
Is that your goal, to just try hazy
I should probably
IPAs?
try other stuff because there's a lot of other great beers out there.
I know that's your jam, though.
I feel like we both kind of did that last year on our beer hop, is we like kind of stuck with what we like first, and then we got more adventurous as we got into it a little bit. So
mine's really super good.
Which one was that again?
It's the Belgian Saison. It has a little more lemon flavor, but still very refreshing, especially on a summer day. So
nice. Yeah, and the cream ale, it's creamy. It's kind of like a cream soda, but in a beer. So it's kind of got that vanilla-y vibe to it, but it's not like overpowering. It's not super sweet or anything like that. It's a good beer with just a little hint of that creaminess in the background.
Do you remember what was the one beer? Was it the porter that we had here? And they gave us some prior to the podcast event, and you tried it first, and you were like, "Oh, Austin's gonna like this."
Their vanilla porter. I remember it. Yeah, super good.
We may need. This might be a 2 beer stop here. I don't know.
I don't know if I saw the porter on, but
we'll find it. We'll find it. Yeah, I'm excited to keep drinking this. Looking at the views here. I don't know if we set up the video to have the river in there, but maybe we can get a good shot of there too. It's a really cool spot here. I like it a lot.
You go downstairs and it kind of just feels like in a cave almost inside. So very cool.
The flies are the only bad thing.
They like the beer too, I guess.
That's all right. We'll put up with them for the views, for the good beer. And we might have to do more than one here.
We'll see.
All right. Well, let's finish these up and keep on moving.
Skol.
Skol. All right, we are here at Dimensional Brewing Company in Dubuque, Iowa. If you don't know what their logo looks like, they gave us some stickers when we ordered our beer.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. I've never been here before. You have, for sure. Have you been here yet?
I don't believe I've been here.
Okay. So a couple of first-timers over here.
No, yeah. It's a good one. I mean, there's some good breweries in Dubuque. This is probably right up there in the top.
And we are here directly from your recommendation, correct?
I don't know. I think Evan had pinpointed this one.
I think we tried, what did we try of theirs on Cash and Checks.
Cash and Checks.
With Cash and Checks,
very good beer.
A Czech dark lager, I don't know, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, not too long
on
ago.
the podcast. And I said, hey, we're going to be driving up that way. We should try to get there. So here we are. We're at Dimensional, Dubuque, Iowa. And what beers are we drinking? You want to start, Austin?
So I'm doing the Cuttin' Grasses. It is a pale ale. 5.2%, so not too bad for a hoppy pale ale. I have taken a sip, and I can say it is really good.
Jeez, how could you?
I know, I'm so sorry. As soon as I did it, I was like, no!
I've got MacGyver's Unicycle, and it says Mosaic in parentheses next to it, so I'm assuming that's the main hop. It does say here, I can see on the menu, only uses one hop, the Mosaic hops, which is probably where the Unicycle comes in. It's a 6.6 New England IPA, so I'm excited to try that.
Yeah, and I'm doing the Boot Stompin' Ted, which is New England style IPA. Has Mosaic, some HBC, and then Vic's Secret hops. So
nice.
Yeah.
All right, I'm really excited to drink more of the beer that I've had. I think you guys are excited to try yours up. So let's skull it up.
Skol.
Skol.
Hail.
One of these times you're gonna say Skol. All right, Forrest, how's your beer?
Delicious. Dimensional, I've been here once before and had a lot of different beers. They're legit.
Absolutely.
That's a 7.1%. So
yeah.
Do you taste that? Like, can you taste the booziness?
I mean, you could probably tell. I mean, I've been drinking a few lighter ones throughout the course of the day, and you definitely could tell. But it's not overly boozy, so it's well balanced.
Nice.
This one's really good. I like just the simple nature of it. Mine definitely has the more brown,
yeah,
golden-y color compared to you guys. It's a little darker, not super hazy, but you can kind of see through
I'm
it.
guessing with your beer that they take that base and then they try different hops, because this one says Mosaic. I bet they've tried other hop profiles.
Yeah, it
with
does
that.
say this rendition is
Yes.
hopped with Mosaic, so
Yes.
they must cycle through some different hops. That's interesting. Well, I like this a lot. It's a clean IPA. You would really like it. You can try it if you want.
I might have to.
But yeah. Good stuff.
And it looks like an amber almost. Like it doesn't look like a hazy IPA. So yeah, and mine just a nice, light, refreshing, hoppy pale ale. It's really good. I think I've had it before. Now that I really think about it, but man, this is definitely an easy drinker. And if you like hoppiness, yeah, this is crisp and refreshing and hoppy. It's nice.
There you go.
Love it.
Also, shout out Dimensional, because every brewery we've been to last year, this year so far has been, absolutely. You can definitely record. And we asked for, a certain space here in Dimensional. They're like, yeah. And then turns out it was reserved. So they kind of set us up in their cool back area right here too.
Yeah, and behind us are some beers in the barrels that I think the one sign I saw has been in the barrel since November 2023.
Nice.
Oh, wow. That's going to be a good beer.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to finish these up and kind of chart the map for the next leg of our journey. So you'll have to keep following us along. And yeah, if you see a beer that you're interested in, drop a comment below. Let us know, and we can tell you more about it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
Awesome.
Well, till the next one.
Skol.
Skol. All right, welcome in, everybody. We are at our second to last stop for today, I believe, Toppling Goliath. This is my first time at Toppling Goliath Brewery. I'm super excited because one of my favorite beers of all time is the Pseudo Sue, and I've never had it. I've had it on draft, I've had it in a can, but I've never had it on draft from the brewery. I couldn't be more excited. What did you guys get?
It's like the freshest of the fresh.
Yes.
All right, so I went with a Cyber Sue, so a little less haze, but it's one of their newer lines, I'm saying. So I've had it in the can, but super excited for it on draft, and also first time at Toppling Goliath myself.
Yeah, and I've had both of those beers in cans. I would be interested in trying probably the Pseudo Sue for sure, maybe the Cyber Sue on draft as well.
Yeah, we're all friends here.
So this is my second time being here, though. I was here back in December with some friends, and I don't remember if I had this or not, but this is their Oktoberfest. And if you know me, you know I like my Oktoberfest, so I figured we'd try that
It
out.
looks delicious.
Well, and I like the nice touch that they put it in a stein.
In a stein glass.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
that's nice. All right, well, let's scroll these up.
Skol.
Skol.
Hail.
I feel like this is how beer is supposed to be. This is so delicious. And it's a regular, hazy IPA, but my freaking goodness. Out of the draft, being here, getting it from Toppling Goliath, the Pseudo Sue.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that is probably your favorite beer of all time.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great beers out there. Well, we've tried a lot of great beers today. But if I had to give one answer, Pseudo Sue. That's probably my favorite of all time.
You can't go wrong with that one. This Cyber Sue, very delicious, a little more crisp, a little less haze, but super, super flavorful.
Oktoberfest is just like right where you'd want it to be. It's a little hot, and I'm like staring into the sun right now as it sets literally right in front of me. But come October, I want this beer again.
We're approaching that time where you start seeing those Oktoberfests, I think.
And I'm enjoying it a lot.
How does that compare to the polka band that we tried on a recent episode from Reclaimed Rails?
This one isn't maybe as malty. It's a little more, I don't know, smooth. It's easy drinking. Not that the Polka Band wasn't. That was a really good beer too.
So so I had a discussion with Austin, I think, the other day, and with the Oktoberfest. So you have basically two styles of Oktoberfest. You have the Marzen, which I think was more of the Polka Band. This is more of the Fest beer. So it's a lighter style. That's actually what they do in Germany now, because lighter alcohol content. So in those beer tents, when you go over to Germany, that's the style they're serving up.
Okay, interesting.
When you guys ordered, did you keep track of what the content was for your beers? I'm pretty sure a Pseudo Sue is like a 5.3 or something.
The menu's right over there. You can probably take a peek at that. But one thing I do want to add while you're looking that up is this is kind of like the mecca of Iowa beer. Like coming to Toppling Goliath.
Absolutely, yeah.
Toppling Goliath is probably the most successful brewery in Iowa. Or at least the most widely distributed Iowa brewery.
Yeah, it would either be that or Big Grove. But either way, you're not wrong. They made a name for themselves and they've stuck true. They just have this one location,
and it's massive. You don't even really see how big it is.
Facility,
but it's huge.
A couple editor's notes already. Forrest, I hate to be this guy, but per the menu, that Oktoberfest is a Marzen.
I thought I saw Marzen on the menu.
I would also caveat that American-made Oktoberfest, they just use the word Marzen for a marketing scheme. So you look at that, I guarantee that's more of a fest beer style.
Okay, all right,
I'm going to trust your expertise. What about ABVs?
That also says 5.2 for the Oktoberfest Marzen. The Cyber Sue is packing a punch at 7.2.
Holy
And then I was a little low in my guess here. The Pseudo Sue is 5.8. Okay. So all pretty respectable. I can't wait to try both of those. I can't wait to continue to enjoy. Probably, we've said it everywhere we go that we need to try multiple beers. I will have more than one Pseudo Sue here today. So.
This is our final destination, or I mean, at least Decorah.
Yeah.
Decorah
so you'll get the same Sue, or are you going to go a little like double dry hop or anything like that?
I might try mix it up a little bit, but it's also like, I'm here. You know, you
get it.
You think back to that How I Met Your Mother episode where they spend the whole time looking for the perfect beer joint or burger joint, and they finally find it. And do you really think they're going to get to that burger joint and order a chicken sandwich? This is the mecca of beers for me, and I've got my favorite beer here. It's going to be hard for me to order something other than the Pseudo Sue.
I don't blame you. I guess I look from a different perspective. I'm looking for something that you can't find where they don't distribute out. You have to come to the actual brewery itself to get that beer.
That is true, and that's a really good point, especially for a great brewery like Toppling Goliath. So, yeah, maybe you just convinced me to try after I just put my foot down and said, I'm not ordering anything else.
You do you, my man.
All right, well, let's scroll these up one more time. We're going to finish these and maybe head inside because it's hot and the sun's beating down on us.
Yeah.
But great beer, awesome location, and
thanks, Toppling Goliath.
If you can get up to Decorah, we would highly recommend it.
Before we're done, again, I've said it about every brewery. I'll say it about every brewery so far. Toppling Goliath was awesome when we walked in, asked if we could record. They kind of just went, bent over backwards for us to make sure that we could do what we needed to do. So thank you, Toppling Goliath. I can't wait to try more beers.
Yeah. All right. Skol.
Skol.
All right, here we are. Last stop of the night.
Yeah.
Pulpit Rock.
Yeah.
Place I don't think any of us have been to.
No,
I've never been here. I know you were saying you're really excited about this one.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about this one. I can't wait to try this beer.
Yeah, it's also in Decorah, so just down the road from Toppling Goliath. So super excited. I think Decorah's got two good breweries to offer to us.
At least, yeah.
Should we go down the line and talk about the beer we got?
Yeah,
quick?
Evan, what'd you get?
So I got the Lecker. It's a German Pilsner. So I'm excited to try that.
Okay.
What about you?
I got the Saftig. That was the hazy IPA, right?
I believe I believe it said that was their flagship.
Yeah. I'm super excited for this one.
And I went with the Dunning's Dunkel. Dunkel, getting into that fall season, you see a lot of Oktoberfest starting to pop up. Dunkel's another one of those you see around this time of year. So
yeah. All right, well, let's skull it up and give it a try. Skol.
Hail.
Mine's just a solid beer's beer. Like it's beer. That's what it is. It's good.
German Pilsner, probably the four ingredients, and that's it.
Yep. And it's great.
So mine, it's up there with the pseudo sue that I just had. That's delicious. Saftig. Pulpit Rock, you did it. You did it. It's right there with pseudo sue. That's all I can say. And if you know my opinions of pseudo sue, you know how great of a compliment that is.
That is high praise right there.
That is delicious. Hazy IPA. It's just fantastic.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Dunkel, man, everything in Dunkel is malty, has that dark fruit flavor to it. Definitely, I would drink this again.
Awesome.
I might want to try that. It looks super good.
Absolutely.
Well, they don't close for a little bit, so we can get a couple here.
We got some time. All right,
Pulpit Rock, awesome job.
We might be like shutting this place down for the night,
maybe.
But we're gonna enjoy at least these, maybe some more,
Maybe.
and then we're gonna hit the hay for the night and be back at it for day 2 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Love it.
Best
All right.
beer of the day. What do you think?
Best beer of the day. Gosh, that's a tough one. Pseudo Sue. I had one of those.
Yep.
Really good. I haven't even had time to process. I don't even know if I have a
Maybe
quick
that's
answer.
a good question for tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a great question for tomorrow. This Dunkel probably is my favorite that I've
It
tried
looks super
for
good.
the day.
Mine-
This
it looks
thing
great.
is solid.
Yeah, mine might be a tie between this and the pseudo sue, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I would not have thought that would happen, but Pulpit Rock, you did it. It was delicious. Thank you so much.
Yep.
All right. Well,
Here we go.
Skol.
Skol.
All right, guys. Day 2 of the Brew Hop. We are here at Single Speed Brewing in Waterloo, Iowa. We're going to try some good beers. And I don't know. I had a ton of fun yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking forward to another great day today.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Absolutely.
And this one's a special spot for both of us for sure.
Yeah.
I've actually never been here. Forrest, this is your first time being at this one.
I've spent a lot of time at this brewery,
Yeah.
actually.
But this is college town for both of us. All these beers are great, and they bring back really good memories. The one I got specifically is really good.
I remember having that one with you at their other location.
So
It's super good.
I guess I can dive into it. I got the Tip the Cow, which is like a porter, coffee porter. I didn't see.
I thought it was a milk stout.
Is that what it is?
I
Okay.
thought so.
Either way, it's coffee flavored beer, and it's delicious.
Do they have it on the
Um,
menu?
That one is
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't know,
Well,
but
that's
I
on the
didn't
menu.
see the mint Tip the Cow on the menu, so I went with the classic Tip the Cow. Forrest, what'd you get?
I went with what they call the beer mile. So this is a Kolsch style. So
Yeah, and they actually do a beer mile around here. So they block off some streets around this
Sweet.
building, and every year they run a beer mile.
Nice.
so this is specific
So
to
it's
that.
for that event. I forget
Awesome.
when it happens in the calendar year, but they do it every year. But yeah, so
Love
I think they brew a special beer for that every year.
Love
that
it.
one on the
probably
menu
similar.
did say
It
2025
did.
specifically.
That
so-
it did.
Yep. And then I ended up with the lavender haze, and
Yeah.
we were talking on the car ride here about kind of getting out of our comfort zone a little bit. And this beer, when I saw it on the menu, kind of scared me a little bit, honestly. Like, just like, I don't like lavender. My wife loves lavender. Like, she'll get like lavender lattes and stuff. And I'm just like, no, I don't like that. And so I was like, well, I'm going to try it, and we'll see how it goes.
All right, well, without further ado, Skol.
Skol.
Hail.
So mine is definitely not scary at all. It's actually really good.
That's good.
You can taste the lavender, but it's not overpowering. It gives the hops a little bit more of a florally
Okay.
flavor.
Nice.
So it's really good. I like it.
Yeah, mine's just coffee flavored beer. It's really good. I've had it 1,000 times. If you've never had the Tip the Cow and you do like coffee beer, go for it. It's solid. That is
Yeah,
Just
I've had that beer. It is a solid. If you're needing something a little heavier,
And
So,
I tend to go for the mint Tip the Cow more often, but again, I didn't see it on there.
You're
But
right.
yeah, they're all good.
yeah, this Kolsch is so good. Very crisp, very light, but flavorful. Packs the punch.
And it's in the Control Alt
Control all beer.
Yeah.
Glass, which is kind of cool. But
Yeah.
Something about the Tip of the Cow, I think they still do this. We could ask the bartender probably, but they brew it with Sidecar coffee.
Oh, yeah.
So Sidecar's a local coffee shop here, and they partner with Single Speed to brew the Tip of the Cow.
Very cool.
So
we'll have to ask and see if they still do that.
yeah, I'm pretty sure they do, but I could be wrong.
All right.
But anyways, good beer, great like atmosphere here. We're in that kind of the outside area, but the inside's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
We'll have to go check that out.
Yeah, before we leave, we will have to walk around.
It's a big building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's the old Wonder Bread
Factory. Yep.
Nice.
So it's a cool spot.
Pretty cool.
All right. Well, we'll enjoy these beers, and we'll catch you guys at the next one.
Yep. Skol.
Skol.
All right, welcome in, Skol Hoppers. We're at our, I don't even know what number brewery it is yet.
I think we're at 8 now.
Is it 8 now?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
8 total.
That's
Yep.
pretty impressive.
But second one of the day.
Yeah, second one of the day, second one in Cedar Falls, Waterloo. We're at Second State Brewing Company in Cedar Falls, right? That's where it is?
Downtown
Okay.
Cedar Falls.
Yeah, we just left Single Speed in Waterloo. Then we kind of took a little trip down memory lane, literally, at our alma mater, Northern Iowa. That was a lot of fun. And now here we are trying some different beers here at Second State.
Yeah.
Evan, what did you get?
I got the Irish Red, which we talked about like branching out a little bit earlier today. And now I'm
you
just
totally didn't do that.
just right back to where I'm at. But you know what? It's okay. I've had this beer before, and it's really good.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to have it again.
Nice.
What'd you get?
I got the Schwartz beer. May the Schwartz be with you.
Oh, there you
No,
go.
it's just called the Schwartz beer. But obviously a black beer, roasty, malty. So super excited.
Yep, and I got the Doppelbock, which I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I've ever had a Doppelbock. Unless
Really?
you can remember a specific time when we've had one together.
I don't know. I had one last night, remember? So
Oh, true. Yeah. Maybe I had one yesterday. I don't know. But I don't think I have. But I am really excited. This brewery is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It doesn't look very big from the outside, but then there's more to it than you think there
Yeah.
is when you walk in. Couldn't have been nicer. It is Sunday, but there's like nobody here.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet right now, but there were some people in here a little bit ago.
A little bit
They
ago. Then we
finished
walked
up.
in. They're like, oof, those guys.
But I believe me and you, Austin, have never been to this brewery.
I've never been here.
Yes.
Yeah,
that
I've
I
been
know
here a
of.
handful of times. It's a really good place.
Yeah.
So I think we should try these beers.
Skol.
Hail.
The Irish Red is exactly what I want it to be. It's got a little bit of the maltiness, but it's got a smooth, clean finish. Really good.
It
I'm
looks
curious
good.
about both of yours.
So the Doppelbock, it's dark, full flavored. There's almost like a tanginess to it, which is kind of nice too.
Interesting.
It tastes. There's more flavor than you think would be in this darker beer, but yeah, I don't know how many Doppelbocks I've ever had, if any. This one's right up there with the best of
Now
them.
you can
so-
say you have had at least one.
yeah.
Cool. Mine's super delicious for a darker beer, but it's thin. It's and that's exactly what it's supposed to be. More an ale, but a dark ale. So
Yeah.
Here you go. Quiz question for the both of you. Do you know why this brewery is called Second State?
I do not
it's
know.
definitely not because Iowa was the second state.
Did they start in a different state?
No, it's on the corner of Second and State Streets.
We'll have to take a picture of that. That's pretty
It's
cool.
like Miracle on 34th
So,
Street.
like, literally, as we look out the window here, we can see the street signs, Second Street and State Street. So,
Did you know that,
Very
or
cool.
did you just make that up?
yeah, actually, it took me a while when I lived here to figure that out. I'm like, I wonder why they named it Second State. And then I saw the street sign one day when I was coming here, and I'm like, oh,
That's
that
pretty
makes
awesome.
sense.
Yeah.
So,
The
there you
light
go.
bulb moment.
Yeah, and fun fact too, we were just at Single Speed in
Mhm.
Waterloo, literally a block that way. We could throw a rock and hit the original Single Speed building
In
from
Cedar
here.
Falls. That's cool.
Yeah,
that is
so-
cool.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
I love that these breweries are here. They each have their own identity, but obviously delicious beer here at Second State.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fun fact too. We walked in. I saw these hats. $15 for this hat. It's pretty
That's a
awesome.
good deal
I
for a
asked
hat.
how much it was. I thought he'd say way more than that. So immediately I was like, all right, let me get that yellow and gold one or purple and gold one. So
Yellow and gold.
Yellow
Got
and
it.
gold. Yeah.
It's a good looking hat.
I like it.
All right. Well, we're gonna finish up these beers, and we've got more stops today.
Got a
We're
few
not
more.
done.
Yeah.
So you'll have to make sure you're following along with us and keep going to each of these breweries.
Skol.
Skol.
All right, here we are, guys, at Allerton Brewing Company in Independence, Iowa. I don't know if you can tell. There's a really cool patio area and a really cool, is it a dam?
Yeah,
on the
there's a
river
dam
behind
on the
us?
river. You can
Watch
probably
your
kind of
language.
hear.
Yeah, I know. So sorry. Sorry for the children listening to this. But yeah, this place looks really, really cool. The area, it's like a nice bunch of old buildings, and the brewery's pretty small but homey, and the beers looked pretty delicious. Yeah, any thoughts on the location so far? Have you been here before?
I have not been here. It's really cool. Come in. It's smaller operation, but this patio is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it's a nice big patio, and yeah, the downtown area here in Independence is very like old, historic. They've preserved a lot of it. So, and the river view over here with the dam and everything that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, and there's
So.
like an old mill, like a
Yeah.
wheat mill or something over there.
Yep.
It looks awesome. But I'm really excited to try some of this beer. Evan and I, we both chose the same one. The name just looked interesting. I couldn't not try it. But you got something else. Forrest, what did you get?
I went with what they call the Dark Horse, which is a black IPA. It's a style that you don't see all the time around, so definitely caught my eye.
Yeah, it looks dark. And then which one did we get?
We went with the smoked pecan ale,
Okay.
and pecan. I like pecans a lot, so I'm excited to try these.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, let's just skull it up and give them a try.
Skol.
Yeah.
You're spilling.
I know.
Ooh, that's unique.
That is really interesting.
It is very unique.
It definitely, you get the smoked pecan flavor out of it. Forrest, you should try
Yeah,
that.
you should try that.
That's interesting. It's
I might
a
try this.
nice light beer. I think it's like what 5.2 or something like that percent. I don't
That's
remember.
good too.
You definitely get that pecan
Yeah, but there's-
after, like on the back end.
Yeah. It's almost like it kind of reminds me of the holidays, like
Okay.
Well, pecan pie type thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
pecan
Not
pie,
as
that sort of
sweet,
thing.
But
It's
you
not
get
sweet,
that. But you get that pecan flavor.
but you
Yeah.
get the nutty pecan flavor to it. But it's also got like, I also think of like the roasted pecans that you get at like
A fair or
Shields
something.
or the
Yeah. Oh,
fair
yeah.
or whatever. They kind of have like the sugary coating on them. It kind of has some of that.
it's
to
good.
it.
A little
It's
bit,
not
yeah.
overly sweet like those, but it's, I don't know. It's got some of those vibes. Really good. Very unique. I don't think I've had a beer like this.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad I got it. What do you think of the black IPA?
It's good. It's dark. It's malty. It's got a lot of bite to it. So if you're not a big fan of bitter, don't get this beer. But if you like the bite, definitely up your alley.
Okay. Yeah. I might have
Yeah.
to take a sip of that. But yeah, I really like this. I like it a lot. And the brewery's really cool. It looks like there might be like an upstairs to the patio too. I don't know. This place seems awesome.
yeah, definitely a place that I would want to come back to someday.
1000%.
So
Yep.
yeah.
Agreed.
All right. Well, we're gonna finish these up and on to the next one.
All right. Skol.
Skol.
All right, here we are. The last stop of the Skol Hop Brew Tour. We are
2.0.
2.0. I was on the first one, so.
Well, that is true.
So we are at Textile Brewing in Dyersville, Iowa. So Dyersville, if you haven't heard, they had a pretty famous film there years ago.
Yeah.
Field of Dreams.
I think I've heard of that one.
Yeah. So
If you build it, they will come.
This is the town.
This is it. We are, I think,
We're
8
here.
minutes away from the movie site right now. So pretty close. They even have a beer. I think it's called If You Build It.
Yeah.
So I
I
don't
think they also have
any of
like
us
a
got it.
corn cream ale too. So
Ooh, okay.
not that we got either one of those, but
What
They-
did we get?
oh yeah, let's talk about that. So I got an Irish red ale called Snuggie.
Interesting. There's a fly flying around your snuggie too.
Darn flies.
These flies are bad out here right
They
now.
are bad. After we record, we'll probably have to go inside and finish these brews.
How about you, Austin?
So it's a pub ale. I think it's called the Kingmaker.
Kingmaker. Yep.
5.7%. Yeah, one of their textile brewing beers. There might have been a fly that just went over our camera there for a second. But yeah, I don't know that I've really ever had a pub ale, but I'm excited.
And I went with the Dark Matter, which is a dark lager, and you can see it's pretty dark.
Yeah.
So
Love
These,
4.7%.
These beers are sweating right now. We need to skull it up and give them a try, and then
All right.
have the rest of them inside.
All right.
Skol.
Hail.
It's a good beer. I like
All
it.
right, tell us about it. The Dark Matter?
Dark Matter. It's smooth. It's almost like actually, I don't really know what to compare it to. I've had so many beers. I'm just like running out of adjectives to describe them. Smooth, I think, is that's the first word that comes to mind. It has a little bit of a maltiness to it, but it's not super intense.
Yeah.
It's good. I like it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, the pub ale, I don't really know what they're supposed to taste like. This one's really good. It's light, refreshing, nice amount of flavor, but not too much. I think that 5.7% is kind of perfect right there, too. So,
Love
yeah,
it.
it's really good. I like it a lot.
Love it. And mine is super delicious. A little malty, but light. So I would say you could still drink multiple of these even on a hot day like today.
Nice. It's got some good color to it,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
it
it
looks
does.
like a good
And
beer.
like you said, the flies are loving it as well.
Well, we should probably wrap it up so we don't get eaten alive by the flies, and so our beers stay cold.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna close things out. Maybe you'll see us once more, kind of before the end of the episode.
Maybe. But
We'll
either
see.
way, I think, this is our last brewery stop. I've had so much fun.
Very,
been
very
great.
successful.
Brew Hop 2.0, absolutely successful. Forrest, thank you for coming and joining us.
Hey,
on
thanks
this
for
one.
having me.
It's been really fun. A lot of great beers, a lot of great breweries.
Skol.
Skol.
All right, we are back on the road, and we're headed home. This thing is pretty much done. I think we should go around really quick and just share a highlight from the trip. Who wants to go first?
I think that's a great idea. I also think, Forrest, you should go first.
Thank you.
Nice.
All right. So I could be all sentimental and just say spending time with you guys, but
Aw.
that's just a weird answer. So I will go with, there have been so many breweries on this trip that I had never seen before that I really enjoyed. That's kind of one of my things. I like to go to a lot of different breweries around this great nation. But what shocked me really is the atmospheres in each place. It had its own unique vibe in each place. A lot of them have really cool patios, views. We hit a lot of them that were on the river base, so very cool.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
What about you, Austin?
So I'm going to say the right answer, and the time that we all spent... No, I'm just kidding. No, I really enjoyed, and I thought it was cool. First of all, every brewery that we went to and we asked, hey, this is what we're doing, do you mind if we record, stuff like that, all of them were super cool about it. Like, yeah, absolutely, you can do that. But some of them, and I'm blanking on exactly which ones it was, but some of them were like really excited about it. Like, oh yeah, what's the name of your podcast? And what do you like about all these different breweries? It was cool to see those people at the brewery kind of light up a little bit and get excited to talk about not only their brewery and what they do, but also what we're doing and other breweries. Some people even said like, oh, you should check out this other brewery and this other place. Like it's such a cool world, these beer brewers and breweries, that people just like to drink good beer, and Iowa's got a lot of great breweries. So yeah, just that excitement that people would feel when we got to talk about that brewery and other ones too.
Yeah, for sure. I think I'm going to be really specific here for a second. I think the best part for me was Great Revivalist. That's it.
There you
We've
go.
been to so many breweries. It's hard to keep them all straight. Great Revivalist in Clinton was definitely a highlight for me. The church was cool, and the service was great. The food was great. The beer was really good. And it's close enough to home for us. You guys have both done it,
Right.
where you've made the trip up there just to go there.
Yeah.
That was my first time there. So now that I know it's there, and now that I know it's worth the trip to go up there, you better believe that I'm going back to Clinton, Iowa, just for Great Revivalist. So
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
really good stuff. I don't know, man. So many good things though from all of the breweries. Like you said, Forrest. Like. Each location was just unique in its own special way, and some of them were like on the river, and others of them were like downtown areas, which were really cool. Some of them were more modern, like Toppling Goliath was like big and modern and really nice inside, and then others were like old. Like we just finished up at Textile Brewing in Dyersville, and that was like an old textile factory, I think.
Right.
So yeah, to experience all that was really cool. The service was great at all of these places, and that we made some great connections. So if you're watching this and we met you on the trip, drop a comment below, say hello. We'd love it if you just let us know that you're out there watching. That'd be awesome.
And I'll add just one more to your comments, Evan.
Yeah, go for it.
All the breweries we hit, I mean, we'll try them all, but the cool thing was all these breweries have been around for a little bit of time.
Yeah.
And that makes me happy that, you see at a time where so many people try to open up a brewery, and it's just the economics of things, depending on if that's really their what they want to do, or just try to make a quick buck. All the breweries we hit are in it for the long run. Their brew was amazing, and you just see the passion in each one of those breweries. So
Yeah. So all in all, a great trip. It's definitely going to become an annual tradition now because we've done it 2 years in a row. So we're going to have to do it next year. We'll start planning that eventually. But I don't know. I think it's pretty fair to say this might be the best episode yet.
Best episode, yeah.
Skol.
Skol.